we will be talking about Kamen Rider Shin. Okay, not that Shin, but someone definitely needs to see if he's okay. Anyway, we'll be discussing the Shin Trilogy and the trailer we just got recently. Let's get into it. Kezza, Henshin. Now, I am not too sure how many of you will know this, as I had no idea what this was, but do any of you know of the Shin Trilogy? Well, I recently got told about it, and I think it's kind of interesting. So let's talk about it briefly before looking at the trailer. The Shin Trilogy is a movie trilogy written and directed by Hideaki Anno, including films such as Shin Godzilla, Shin Ultraman, and now, to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Kamen Rider, Shin Kamen Rider, releasing in March 2023. Now, I am a fan of Kamen Rider in general, as well as a major fan of tokustasu as a genre. So to see that there are these films being released by people who are genuinely fans of this genre and watched as kids when they were young, a love letter to it, is intriguing and makes me a bit emotional. I did a little bit of research and found out that these films were well received, both winning many awards when they came out. This trilogy shows the two sides of the Japanese film industry, a very realistic look using CGI that the modern audience has come to expect from modern day movies, but also staying true to the tokusatsu genre and its history for those longtime fans, seen through a lens of beautiful cinematography, scarily realistic scenarios, and a bit of that tokusatsu fun that we love from these shows, making them relevant to our lives and pop culture nowadays, and connecting it to the past as well. The thing that made Kamen Rider and all these shows special when they first came out is that they represented the time of which they were released, the political and the cultural. So for these movies to come forward and be relevant again makes them extra special and also engaging for the new audience of the current day. Now, I do have to admit something. I have been singing its praises, but I haven't actually watched the two previous movies yet, as I have only just found out about their existence, but trust me, it's gonna be worth the watch if you love this genre. And closer to the time of March 2023, I will definitely watch them in preparation for Shin Kamen Rider, and maybe even do videos of my reactions if you guys are interested. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to hear my thoughts, or even tell me what you guys think of the movie yourselves. Going back to the movie though, I love the look of these movies, seeing past characters or monsters shown in great CGI from the past and Japanese actors I've watched before, representing these characters again. It's enjoyable and gets me hyped. Let's get on to the trailer for Shin Kamen Rider with some backstory of the plot and inspirations. So, Shin Kamen Rider is based on the 1971 series Kamen Rider, the first installment of what we know today as the Kamen Rider series, so this is pretty important. The plot is the same for Shin Kamen Rider and its predecessor, a retelling of a groundbreaking series starter. Now, what is the plot? Let me tell you. Takeshi Hongo is abducted by an evil organization, Shocker, who are a terrorist group pretty much bent on world domination. Shocker! Sorry. But to achieve such a feat, they plan to abduct, remodel, mutate, and brainwash their victims, turning them into cyborg minions to act out their plans. But before they could brainwash our main character, Hongo escapes using his new and improved abilities from Shocker, and he decides to fight back to save the world, naming himself Kamen Rider alongside another of Shocker's victims, Hayato Ichimonji, who is named Kamen Rider 2. Playing Takeshi Hongo, we have Sosuke Ikimatsu, who has acted in a few films such as The Last Samurai, and playing Hayato Ichimonji is Tasuku Imoto, who is new to the tokusatsu genre. Another character we will see is Ruriko Midorikawa, played by Minami Hamabe. The villains confirmed so far are as followed: Kumo Argument 01, who kinda reminds me of Scorpion Zodiacs from Fours, Komori, Argument 01, Hachi, Argument 01, and the Shocker low-class members, who kinda look like they should be in Paris. They are the Foot Soldiers. And of course, cannot forget, the Sustainable Happiness Organization with computational knowledge embedded in remodeling? Shocker. Right. Finally, let's watch the trailer. We have a few shots of Kamen Rider flipping around the screen, fighting maybe, but we do get to see the suit in action. We see Midorikawa riding a bike and is caught. The foot soldiers yanking the helmet. We see a darkened room where Hongo is probably looking at what Shocker has done to him, and then Hongo and Midorikawa walking by a dam. A possible partnership maybe. We see a beautiful sunset, and can I just pause a second? We are 14 seconds in. I am already in awe of the beautiful landscapes, the camera shots. It just looks incredible. We see more shots of Midorikawa and Hongo together at a train track, walking through the street of a Japanese city, on a bike, possibly looking for Shocker soldiers maybe. Gosh, these shots are impeccable! And finally, the police get involved. This will probably be Kazuya Taki from the original series, an FBI agent or someone of that sort of nature. And now we finally get to see our first view of the villains, Kumo Augment 01. We see this guy, if anyone knows who he is, let me know. We see the back of Komori, someone in a beautiful mask. What is it with me and the villains? Hachi with their glow-up mask, and maybe the Shocker organization? We get a few dramatic shots of Hongo upset, Midorikawa may be held hostage, and finally we get our first shot of Kamen Rider 2, Hayato Ichimochi looking dramatic. Did he just dab? From here we get a few beautiful shots within other shots that are a bit more uncomfortable looking, all escalating to a climax of the riders preparing to go against Shocker. What a thrill. Honestly, this is a beautiful made trailer. Simple with no words said, just the action and emotion, and it was perfect. Very much worthy of the Shin name, and I can't wait to see how it goes. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Here are of course all my socials. Kezza Henshin, Matane. Kezza Henshin. Do I make that a joke? Oh no. Kezza Henshin. Bad joke. Bad joke.